Good morning, student. Today we are going to start our chapter first. Our chapter name is Computer and its Basic Organizations. In this chapter, we will discuss about the latest what is computer, some latest technologies of the computer, limitations of the computer, basic parts of the computer, and basic functions of the computer. So be ready and pay attention to video. First is the introduction of the computer. Why we have developed computer? What was the basic function of the computer? So, ready. The computer is normally considered to be a high-speed calculator that can perform arithmetical operations. The first use of computer was made for calculating, but now it has become more versatile. Computers have led to many scientific projects which were previously impossible. Computer has helped and land on the moon. It has helped in controlling the spacecraft, creating a habitable environment inside it, and in navigating a journey. Students, remember, when was the computer developed first time? It was developing for performing only the calculations, but later on it is useful in every field. If you are doing your work in the design, you have to use computers. If you are doing some experiments on any topic, so you have to use computers. It has helped engineers in designing bridges and skyscrapers. They can plan, design and construct sophisticated structure by using different softwares. In the same way, meteorologists can use the computer to predict the weather. A computer works on the principle of GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. If correct data and instructions are fed to a computer, then only it gives the desired result. Students, this means the GIGO, garbage in, garbage out, means computer depends on our instructions. If our instructions are correct, then computer gives the result. Sometimes you will feel your results are wrong. That means our inputs were wrong. That's why this word is used here. So remember, before inserting any data in the computer, you have to must check that inserted data is wrong or right. If data is wrong, incorrect, your result will be also incorrect. Latest technology inventions, students, and as the starting of the chapter, we have already discussed. First, computer was designed for performing the calculations as faster, but later on we are using some different technologies. So here is some latest technologies are also here. The latest technology first comes cloud computing. Cloud computing means, suppose you are doing any work on your computer using your hardware, means we are doing that work on the local computer system, but sometimes you have to use your data from the server using the internet. Suppose your Gmail contacts, so that data is stored on a server. So that part you can say that is the cloud computing. You can store your data on the web, that is also known as cloud computing. So cloud computing, when you store data or run programs from the hard drive, it is called local storage and computing. Cloud computing means storing and accessing data and programs over the internet instead of your computer's hard drive. Cloud is just a metaphor for the internet. It is a type of internet-based computing. Internet-based computing, we have different services such as servers, storage, and applications are delivered to an organization's computers and devices through the internet. In the cloud computing, student, you will find that your applications are on the web, your data is on the web, and you are just using a simple computer system using those features. After that, the advantages of cloud computing. The advantage, general advantage of cloud computing, there is no need to keep a very large storage device in your computer. There is the no matter of the efficiency of the computer. There is the no matter of the applications of your own computer. It eliminates the difficulty and expense of maintaining, upgrading, and scaling your own computer hardware and software. The computer's processing speed, memory capacity, software applications are maintenance requirement are minimized. Students, using the cloud computing, I have already told you everything is available on the web, not in your local computer. Next technology is the car GPS tracking. Car GPS. First, we have to understand what's the full form of GPS. G for global, P for positioning, and S for system. So you can say a global positioning system. A car GPS is a tracking system that integrates with traffic information. It gives drivers the ability to select routes in real time that are more fuel efficient, less congested, faster, or shorter. The car GPS tracking is fairly common in your vehicles, providing drivers with tracking and navigation facilities. Students, you have to already listen about the GPS. Using the GPS, we have to select the real-time position of a particular vehicle, a particular person using the GPS. Sometimes also you have to listen about the just switch on your GPS and to select the best route to going somewhere. VII identification. Students, you have to listen about the biometric system. Nowadays, your parents are using mobile phones. So sometimes you feel that your parents uses their fingers to unlock your mobile phones. Sometimes they use their sensors. They have to keep their face on the front of the computer, front of the mobile, and your mobile is just unlocked. Why? This technology is this. This technology is known as biometric technology. Here the biometric identification you are using to unlock your mobile phones. Sometimes your attendance is also done using the biometric identification. So this is a new technology. It is the innovative computer technology known as biometric identification. It is an automated method of recognizing a person based on a physiological or behavioral characteristic. Among the features measured are face, fingerprints, hand geometry, handwriting. It works by identifying the vein pattern in the palms or our hands or other parts of our body. Fingerprint sensor is an electronic device used to capture a digital image of the fingerprint pattern. So student, did you understand? You have to check your mobile phone at home and you have to try open with your fingers. I think you will be not able to unlock that phone because that is captured your parents' fingers data. You can add your fingers also. After that you can unlock that. Advantage of VII identification. It is less expensive. It's easy to maintain because the user doesn't have to dial with lost IDs and forgotten password. Because your hands, your face is your ID. I think there is no need to remember the password and pattern of your mobile phones. It is more reliable than traditional methods of identification. Limitations of computer. No intelligent quotient, no emotions. Students, If you are thinking your computer is too intelligent, means you are thinking wrong. Your computer is not an intelligent device. I have already told you, if you are giving correct informations in the computer, you will get results. No emotions. No emotions means if you are a distracted type nature person, but if you are using computer will not say no. Computer will do your work. So that means computer do not have any emotions. Storage device. Now we are going to discuss about the hardware. Storage device is the most important part of your computer system. Your storage device is used for storing, porting, and extracting data files and objects. It can hold and store information both temporarily and permanently, and can be internal or external to a computer. Or in the simple words, you can say a storage device is used to store information temporarily or permanently and can be fixed or portable, known as storage device. Here is the some images of the storage device. This is the hard disk, this is RAM, this is ROM, CD, DVDs, floppy disk, memory card, pen drive, and magnetic tape. Types of the computer memory. Students, memory is the most important part of the computer system where you have to store your large amount of data. बहुत बड़ी बड़ी फाइल्स हम स्टोर करते हैं किसके अंदर? वी हैव टू स्टोर इन द मेमोरी. But the memory is the mainly two types. Primary memory. Memory is divided into two parts. One is the primary and second is secondary memory. Primary memory is also called internal memory, but secondary memory is also known as external memory. Internal memory or primary memory is again divided into two categories. One is the RAM and second is ROM. Students, you know the full form of RAM is random access memory and ROM is read-only memory. And the secondary memory, there is also some types are there: optical disk, hard disk, pen drives. Optical disk, your CDs and DVDs are the part of optical disk. Hard disk, that is the storage device, large storage device. Pen drive, I think you have seen pen drive. Sometimes also you have to see on my neck, always that is with me. Hardware. All the physical parts of the or components of the computer system which we can see and touch, known as hardware, like your keyboard, mouse, monitor. Here is the example also. One image is given of the hardware of the computer system: speakers, monitor, keyboard, mouse, DVD writer, hard disk, sound card, VGA card, RAM, CPU fan, motherboard, CD-ROM, DVD-ROM drive, and your power supply unit. So here is some the internal part of your CPU box and some outer parts also are here. Software, that is also the most important part of a computer system. Students, if you have all the parts like your hardware, you have keyboard, mouse, CPU, monitor, everything is there, but suppose there is no software, that means your computer cannot work. If you want to work on the computer, you have to both things, hardware and software. Without software, computer cannot do anything. If there is no software, if there is no hardware, then where you have to store your software. So both components, both parts we have to must to work on the computer. Computer software, also called software, is a set of instructions and its documentation that tells a computer what to do or how to perform a task. Software includes all different software programs on a computer, such as applications and the operating system. Student, here is the application and operating system are the two types of software. One is the application software and second is system software. types of the software. Students, I have already told you there is the, if we will discuss about the main categories of the software, so that is the two types: application software and system software. You are using some applications, like you are writing a letter, you have to use MS Word. The MS Word is an application software, but you have to start your computer, and in the front of you see Windows, starting Windows, welcome Windows, this type of messages you see. So that means your operating system is starting your computer. Your operating system is the part of system software. So first, application software. Application software, it allows the user to perform a specific task with the help of system software. For example, MS Word, MS Excel. System software. These type of softwares are used to start a computer. If there is no system software in your computer system, your computer cannot start. System software is the most important part of computer system which help to run computer. For example, MS Windows. MS Windows is an operating system. Students, now it's the time to solve the exercise. Are you ready? Read the questions carefully. First is the fill in the blanks. A computer is an electronic device. A computer understands binary code. Students, binary code, that is, you can see the machine code also. Next, the CPU considered to be the brain of a computer system. Students, you have to listen about this. Brain of computer is CPU. Hardware and software are complementary to each other. Students, already I have told you in the previous slide, both parts are the must. Both parts you have to must in your computer system. And in other words, you can say hardware depends on the software and software depends on the hardware. So both parts you have to must in your computer system. Next is a computer works on the principle of IPO cycle. I for input, P for processing, and O for output. Next, a set of computer programs with the help of which the system works is known as software. Students, if you have to work on the computer, you have to must keep the softwares in your computer. ROM is also called as non-volatile memory. Students, one more thing, RAM is known as volatile memory, but ROM is known as non-volatile memory. Next, system software is essentially needed to start the computer system. If there is no, I have already told you, the system software that help to run a computer. Secondary memory is known as auxiliary memory of the computer system. Next, GPS is a device that determines the precise location of vehicle, person, or other asset. Next, these were the fill in the blanks. Next is name the directed below. Three basic operations of computer system are inputting, processing, and outputting. Three basic components of computer system: input unit, processing unit, and output unit. Three main components of CPU are control unit, memory unit, and arithmetic and logical unit. Give the examples of each of the following: two input devices, keyboard and mouse; two output devices, monitor and printer; two secondary storage devices, hard disk and pen drive; two application softwares, MS Word and MS Excel; two system softwares, operating system and disk management system. Exercise: what is computer? What are the limitations of computer? A computer is a machine or device that performs processes, calculations, and operations based on instructions provided by a software or hardware program. It has the ability to accept data, process it, and then produce output. Limitation: no intelligence and no emotions. What do you understand by cloud computing? Cloud computing: when you store data or run programs from the hard drive, it is called local storage and computing. Cloud computing means storing and accessing data and programs over the internet instead of your computer's hard drive. Cloud is just a metaphor for the internet. It is a type of internet-based computing where different services such as server, storage, and applications are delivered to an organization's computers and devices through the internet. Define hardware with an example. All the physical parts or components of computer system which we can see and touch known as hardware, like keyboard, mouse, monitor, etc. If you want to know more about the computer hardwares, so in the previous image that is there. Define software. Computer software, also called software, is a set of instructions and its documentation that tells a computer what to do or how to perform a task. Software includes all different software programs on a computer, such as applications and the operating system. Memory. A storage device is used for storing, porting, and extracting data files and objects. It can hold and store information both temporarily and permanently, and can be internal or external to a computer. Or a storage device is used to store information temporarily or permanently and can be fixed or portable, known as storage device. Types of computer memory: primary memory, secondary memory. Primary memory, again two types, RAM and ROM. Secondary memory, optical disk, hard disk, pen drive. Explain the term biometric identification. It is an innovative computer technology known as biometric identification. It is an automated method of recognizing a person based on a physiological or behavior characteristic. Among the features measured are face, fingerprint, hand geometry, handwriting. It works by identifying the vein pattern in the palms of our hands or other parts of our body. Fingerprint sensor is an electronic device used to capture a digital image of the fingerprint pattern. Thank you, students. Thank you very much for listening and watching.